name's Karl Ward. I'm going to talk briefly about CrossRef metadata search. I'm just going to describe what it is and kind of show you what it is as well. It's not something that I can say is new. It's been around for a few years now, but I don't think we've really marketed it that well in the past. So this is a metadata search tool. It's not really a discoverability tool. It's in some ways more of a reporting tool because it doesn't actually index full text content. It just indexes the metadata that CrossRef collects. In fact, it indexes pretty much all of the metadata that CrossRef collects. So that's bibliographic metadata, scholarly literature, different various forms of identifiers, ORCIDs, ISSNs, funding information, and so on and so forth. So you can just you can search on all of those things, facet on all those things using this tool. I think it was launched maybe as a beta in about Q1 2013, maybe a bit earlier, and it's still pretty much in beta. And it's grown to about 60,000 unique monthly users. It's not an amazing figure, but given that we haven't really marketed it, I think it's quite alright. So I'm quite happy with that. We know that it's used by researchers, publishers, funding agencies, and libraries, and the public in a variety of ways. Publishers tend to like it because they can actually quite easily see what they've deposited with CrossRef. Researchers tend to use it both as readers, to a certain extent as a discoverability tool, although as I say, it's quite limited in that capacity. They tend to use it as authors, especially when they're creating manuscripts and trying to link their citations. Publishers also use it. They actually link to it from editorial systems as well. And I think last time I checked, the Elsevier editorial system was linking to it. So they actually direct authors to it when they're trying to do citation matching and so on. Funding agencies are using it to report on what they fund. Libraries link out to it. They direct their readers to use it. And there's a feature of CrossRef metadata search that allows anyone that's signed into it with an ORCID profile to add DOIs to their ORCID profiles. I think we've had just under 30,000 people do that, and we've actually added about 300,000 unique DOIs to ORCID profiles. So that probably represents many more links between DOIs and ORCIDs. Well, obviously, papers tend to have more than one author. And the tool itself has actually inspired a number of spin-offs, so I'll explain that in a minute. This is a screenshot of the status page of CrossRef metadata search. So this just describes what it actually indexes, and this is pretty much just representative of all of the metadata that CrossRef has. In fact, we're just past 70 million DOIs. We didn't really seem to make a big deal about that, but it's quite exciting. And you can just go down the list. You can see how many funding-linked DOIs, indexes, and all sorts of things. This is what it looks like. It's quite simple. It just has a search box at the top. You can put any kind of terms in there. You can put author names, terms from article titles, journal titles, ISSNs. You can put a DOI in there, and it will give you the metadata of that DOI. You can put an ORCID in there, and it will tell you which DOIs we know are associated with that ORCID. So on and so forth. And on the left, it has a faceting capacity, so you can kind of drill down into the search results. And I'll just look at one search result in particular to give you an idea of some of the functionality. So there's some links at the bottom for each search result. On the far right is a link to add the search result to your ORCID profile. So to say if you're signed into ORCID via this tool, then you can click that. You get a box like this, and if you click yes, it just adds that word to your ORCID profile. Straightforward. To the left of that, there's an actions drop down, and that includes all kinds of things, one of which is the production of formatted citations. So we take the data from the record, we pass it through something called the citation style language, I think, and we can produce BibTeX and various forms of styled citation. And then finally, on the far left, you can see that there's a link. This is 24 citations from patents. So we've been doing some work with Cambria, I think this has been mentioned already, to link the patent literature to the scholarly literature. So where we know that there are links from the patent literature, to the scholar literature, to this particular DOI, then these will be mentioned here. If you click that link, you get a list of them. If you click any of those titles, you actually go through to Cambia's service called the Lens, and you can then find out about the exact pattern that is citing that DOI. Another feature we added recently, a lot of people have been asking for this, it's just a really simple box that you can paste a list of citations into. If you do this, it will give you back. These are actually linked, so each of these blue pieces of text is a link. So each of the citations has been linked to a DOI. It gives you a probability score that it thinks it's found the correct match and so on. So the code base that was used to create this service has actually been used for a number of things as well. So one of the first things we did was create something called FundRef search. So this is a particular version of CrossRef metadata search that allows you to type in the name of a funder and just get all the information about what we know that funder has funded. And beyond that, then the Chorus initiative has actually used the same code base to create their search interface, and in fact, they're directly using our APIs to create this interface as well. And there was a project a while ago called Odin that was attempting to link data sets to authors by linking DataCite DOIs to ORCIDs. As part of that, this tool was created, again, from a CrossRef metadata search code base. And this allows people just to search DataCite data, metadata rather, and add resulting DOIs to their author. So everything that I just showed you, actually, all of the functionality there is represented in the API, the REST API that you've mentioned earlier. So it's a public API, so anyone can actually go away and integrate the kind of search functionality that I just showed you into their own services. And a few organizations are doing that. I think Kudos is one, for example. And actually, that's all I have.